beautiful day. Water level. It's risen a lot. Getting to be end of day. Setting sun. Got about 30 minutes. Which isn't enough time. I'll be heading back in the dark. This is collecting shells. Shells, used to be good for making jewelry. This one's way too thin. It's like paper thin. But these 90-degree ones, I can't remember what they're called. Typically got a nice purple, pearly purple. Might come handy for something. A nice Roman sandal. You could always use this Roman sandal. I used to do stuff. This one's got a little bit of a pink going on. And it looks like maybe I had a pearl at one point. It's got this little pocket right there. Oh wow. That was actually some of its flesh. It's kind of almost fresh or something. I like that salmon color, but that's a little too fresh for me. So, they used to make pearl buttons out of these shells for button downs, those kinds of buttons. Some stretches have more shells than others. Let's see if that find stretch with some good ones. Preferably not just white, but some of those salmons and purples. It's a little bit of a salmon. This way I can make buttons. No. Buttons are too fancy and a hassle. for me. I would just cut slits, string a vine through it, and call it good enough. Ooh, this is what I wanted. That's a nice color, so I don't know if these colors are going to show. This is like a very soft hue of like plum hue. Soft purple. But good for some jewelries. I love that purple color. I don't think it's gonna show very well. But could be good for like jewelries and things. You never know. And it's like really no point in making jewelries and things other than for the sake of making them. And dollar value isn't so much a dollar value, but a sentimental value. And the real value is just, it's like a hobby, something productive to do. Well, it's like pretty evening. And all these leaves make it, cover up the shells, making it harder to see them. But they also make it, kind of beautiful in its own way. All of this orange going on. This nice little string of leaves, right? The demarcation line. The waters in the lands. There's a brown log crushing the poopy line too. And this is the beach in fall. November's. $27, $28, something like that. In this bag I got my can. If I get to the persimmons before dark, I'll collect some persimmons. Tried an overland route earlier. It was all private properties. Signs down at the campground. There's no private property signs down at the campground. Big one. No private property signs down there. Instead you have TVA signs where it's actually listed, you know, posted as public land. Beautiful! It's crazy, usually it's just not posted at all. You know, it's kind of a general law. It's, you know, if it's posted, no trespassing, you know, then you're not allowed to trespass. But if it's not clearly posted, you go ahead and walk on it. Until someone says, why is there? These are like paper thin. This one had a nice blue color to it though. Partly blue. That's a little too thin. I don't think there'd be any use for that. So thin. Yeah. So I got a general reason for this. Collecting shells, but it's also kind of like a resource around here, an abundant natural resource. TVA sign says use with care, you know, public land, use with care, something like that, you know. So you don't want to go around killing clams to get their shells. And I think you need a license for that, like a fishing license, you know, but maybe a clamming license or something. This is just kind of a normal white, but these ones right here, these 3 ridge, got really thick shells. Well, for something we need a really thick shell, that might be good. But there is a person that might have a use for these shells. Let's see if the person might want them. But it's also a natural resource. So, you know, you got like these shells which are good for making jewelries and things, ornamentals, decoratives, and you got like spiral branches and such which are good for making like canes, you know, walking sticks and wizard wands. Odd. Seaweed right there. And this was, you know, freshly underwater a week ago. This was dry. This little bit must have just washed in. Some other. I like it when there's the 2 halves to a clam. I already got a couple of those. Oh. So there's these natural resources. But the problem is when you're out here, there's no internet. So you can't really sell these things. You know, it's kind of selling things on the eBay for me. You know, it's like you get someone purchases something, and then the next day you mail it out. I guess back a nice big one of those carps. I'm assuming it was a carp. This was the rusty red mud flat. That was crossing over there. You know, pretty much just cutting across out there. But now it's underwater. And, you know, this is an actual stream now. It's actually flowing with water. This is actually surprisingly solid. I was afraid this would be all soft mud. It'd sink in. I got a jug. I still only got like not much. So if I sink in even just a little, it'd be bad. Bad news. That one okay. Still got a little bit of that rust algae. I guess kind of just jumping all around. This is one of the nice ones. Let's see what the color is though. No, not a good color. You got basic needs. You know, when people think of what they need, they come up with this really big laundry list of things. You know, going back to the going back to the logging road walk. So I need 30 gallons of hot water to shower with. 3 gallons just ain't gonna cut it. And you know, in reality, 2 gallons is plenty. Don't really need a whole lot. Food, water, shelter, security. Food and water. That was a little damaged. Just kind of got a nice little salmon hue. Food and water being and shelter. There's really no security these days. The land with laws, nation of laws. It's a good start to security, but as long as there's the devil in the land, there's really no security. Kind of where the law is weaker, the criminals have more sway. And that's like, say it's kind of like the law is strongest in town, where you have congregation of the police and all that jazz. But it's like, as soon as the police car drives by, that's the end of the law. So you get a lot of criminals in town. This one's dirty, but it's big, and it's got a nice little purple hue. You kind of get more lawless in town. Thick. Not exactly prime colors. It's nice colors. Not bad for late November. Like a day or two until Thanksgiving. Yeah, it gets hot during the summer. But when you get a nice winter day like this, makes it worthwhile. This one's closed still. Just barely died. It was dead though. Had a little bit of weight, but not much. Must have died this summer. Steel plates. Where did all this algae come from? Oh wow. Is this the first bay already? This guy's got some bumps going on right there. And he's closed up. He's a little bit of a salmon color. I wonder if there's pearl in that sand. Kinda almost looks like one right there. Let's kind of wash it a little. So this is how you pan for pearls. Light scrape. Get off the big chunks on top. There may have been one in there, but it was really small. I managed to miss it. I don't know. Bumps could be good or could be bad. It's not a very good color though. Kind of a spotty color, so I'll leave it. It's a nice little warm spot in the water right there though. That was like 60-degree water. Warmer than the air even. Yeah, so you got basic needs though. Food, water, shelter. So kind of, wherever people go, there's really dodgy level of security. Yeah, this is second bay already. Our first bay already. This is where the thing is. Persimmon trees down there. It looks like it might be getting kind of deep. It looks like that's it for the picking up the shells. Yeah, I did not get a good representation. You know, it's kind of a, probably should have picked up shells earlier. It's like, maybe it's just, you know, evening light, but it seems like I'm really not getting that many good hues. You know, it's like, I remember there being more blues and purples. And I was kind of like just whites and pinks. That's what I'm seeing. That's what it feels like, at least. Yeah, I'm gonna cut through the woods and do something. Check for symmetry right here. Yeah, so basic needs. And then it's kind of like, so, you know, it's kind of, most of the things society has, you don't need. I don't need. I'm fine without. It's not like I'm just fine without. I actually prefer going without. When I was a kid, zoos were cool, seeing the animals, but now it's just like kind of nasty, kind of like the thing in the little cage pacing around back and forth. It's so much, you know, it might be a cooler animal. You know, it's like here I might see a snail, clam, but it's in its natural habitat, you know, it's existing, and it just makes it so much cooler, you know, stumbling across it, you know, not having it presented to you in some kind of cage. I did like zoos when I was younger, but not anymore. It's gonna be kind of thick. I'm gonna go back to the shore. Like cinema movies. They're just pointless. It's just a bunch of propaganda these days, most of them. And then, you know, their story is, you know, the ones that actually have a worthwhile story. Still not as important as the real things going on around you. I can't really forget what real matters. The rocks. And like, you really can't tell a good story in 2 hours or an hour and a half. Oh, and I've done things. But I mean, those things that society does have are kind of like pointless. For me, at least. And it's like, it's kind of bad. You know, it's kind of like my just like of crowds and things, you know, it's kind of, it's just, you know, it's not like pointless, it's uncomfortable, it's painful. you know, walking through a mall or something, you know, whatever normal people do. It's kind of, that's rough, you know, it's kind of, that's work. And then it's done the things that you do in society. One of which is selling things, gathering, making things, boxing them up, shipping them. That's like, you know, that tin wall right there, little pony wall. Is that the persimmon? It's getting too dark to see. Yeah, I think this is the persimmon. It's got all these things on it. I can't tell what they are though, it's too dark to tell what they are. Yeah, these are the persimmons. Wow, this guy is still loaded. So, it was a four-wheeler down where I parked the car. So I didn't want to get my didn't want to get my extension pole out. I brought it with me, but I didn't want to be carrying it around. I'm some four-wheeler person out and about, be like wondering what I'm doing with an extension pole. So all I did was bring my can. Oh wow. I think those are persimmons too. That is just so many persimmons. It's just, you know, probably about 1,000 persimmons going on. I brought my can. I'm just gonna shove this out a stick. See if I can get some persimmons. I'm gonna do that off camera. It's getting too dark to record. And it'll be like kind of a 200 project. Finagling a stick onto it. Got a half off. They're all, you know, like wrinkly and soft. So had a bunch of freezing weather. A few weeks ago, I guess that just ruined them. Since then they've been pruning up. So they're still on the tree. I liked about the persimmons that they stay on the tree. So you don't have to get them right away. Take your time with them. Yeah, it's really picking up that color good. The LCD display makes it look like it's picking up the color good. So yeah, evening sky over the waters. It's according to this LCD display, it's actually more vibrant on the display than it is to the naked eye. Yeah, so it's kind of nice having them on the tree. Persimmons on the tree, but not nice after the first frost. So it's definitely, yeah, the first frost, that freeze came real early. like, I don't know, early November. It was like, no. Yeah, I should have brought my pepper spray. Coyotes, in case I need it. It's definitely risky. Blazing a trail in the dark, because right in this particular area, got all these briars hanging around. You can't really see them. They got thorns. I'll pick out an eye. Trip you up. You can't really see how bad they are. I'm trying to plow through right there, but they're thicker than I thought. Winter came early. Just that one freeze. Like, well, not one freeze. One freeze spell. It was like a week of freezing weather. Wow. It's basically like walking through barbed wire. Kind of just hard to see barbed wire. It definitely wasn't this tricky getting out there. See the stuff. Whew. Very peaceful. Yeah. So I got a bunch of canned peaches that were on clearance. Wanted to do some persimmons with them, like half persimmon, half peach. These persimmons are pretty rough shape. It's too dark. Let's get a look at them. So once I get back, I'll take a look, see if I want to eat them or not. Yeah, I finally grabbed like 5 of them or something, 5 or 6. You know, all 5 or 6 were real soft and pruny, you know, wrinkly. I guess soft and wrinkly. Like half their moisture was gone. But may not. They should still be good to eat, you know, maybe even a little bit alcoholic, you know. A little bit of alcohol in there, but you never know. Yeah, some guy makes persimmon wine. If you had a ton of persimmon trees, that'd be a thing. But for the little bit I got, see how this goes. Okay, nice. There. The heron thing. As the time that the coyotes come out. Single coyote would leave you alone. This is seems like 2 packs of coyotes. One that's heron coming in for the roost for the night. One of the packs. 5. The other pack 10. Maybe 10 and 10. One seems sounds a little bigger than the other circles there. Single coyote, no problem, but a pack of coyotes, they might attack. You never know. So that's coming up on winter. Probably getting a little anxious to put the weight on how they can. I may do something crazy. Well, you think pepper spray would do the trick. They do attack. I like to carry pepper spray. Night walks, just in case. Well, sometimes end up out and about though without it. Oh yeah. So it's kind of like basic needs, you know, food being one of them. Don't need the persimmons, just a handful right now. I got the peaches. No reward, no, you know, doing those, filling those that natural, filling those basic needs provides a sense of reward, accomplishment, fulfillment. Doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, what you're created to do. But you don't get that just popping open a can. You get it by canning it, gathering them, putting them in there. So it's kind of, you know, like, what's the point in doing persimmons when I got these peaches on the cheap? Just long walk, you know, and stumbling over the rocks, and then it's you know, the hassle of canning them and cooking them and canning them and all that. That's like, all of those negatives I just listed right there are actually the positives. You know, it's just kind of whole technology mentality makes those positives seem negative. This walk is just an incredible walk. Not much to look at now because it's so dark on the camera, but it's just being physically here in the moment. I'm not going to show. This is just a placid lake right now. It's like Lake Placid, you know. The 2 colors match. It's just this glossy blue and this glossy blue. There's just the slightest little waves, some twinkling lights, you know. And earlier, when the sun was setting, casting that hue, it was very nice, you know. kind of these ankle twisting rocks. Yeah, they don't show. It's too dark to see them. Ankle twisting rocks are rough. Kind of gotta look where you're stepping. Even when you do look where you step, you still end up sliding around. But I guess having walked on them as much as I've done, you know, my ankles have built themselves up. Yeah, so it's kind of like the body builds itself up to meet the demands that you put in front of it, you know, to a certain extent, you know. Walking on these rocks, you get stronger ankles, the tendons and ligaments and all that get stronger. So that's kind of, you know, not overdoing it, or else you get scar tissue as well. But build them up with moderation. You know, don't want to start off with a 20-mile hike on the rocks. Want to work up to it. Starting with like a 2-mile hike or something. Being slow about it. Yeah, cooking, kind of the same thing. There's really no point in 5 persimmons when I got like 3 or 4 cans of peaches. But the whole point of the persimmons is the enjoyment of it. And I guess most people would say the flavor. You know, it's a different flavor. But, you know, for my palate, persimmons and peaches are pretty much the same thing. They're just a fruit, you know. An apple and an orange, very different. You know, persimmon or peach versus an orange or an apple, very different. You know, but it's kind of, they're pretty similar. Kind of the amount and type of seasoning you use would make as much of a difference in taste as the actual taste of the fruit. The difference in the fruit, you know, between persimmons and peaches. I don't got any peach trees growing. Yeah, so what I've been doing is drying my seeds. Like, I tried growing some peach and nectarine. I think those are the 2 normal ones, the ones that you see in the stores. Is that a nectarine? It's kind of like a peach. It has a big pit, like a peach. Try growing those trees. You know, all a wide variety. Peach, nectarine, pears, apples. The apples went. Maybe a pear. Some of the apples went. But none of the peaches, nectarines, cherries, the other things took. Plums. I don't remember what. But I was drying them. You know, you eat the fruit, take the seed out, let the seed dry. Paper plate for a few weeks. Store it, and it's like seeds I had tried growing overwintered in New York, you know, in the Civic. So it's kind of, they got real cold. You know, they definitely did that stratification or whatever it is. But the seeds got to get cold. Some of the seeds need to get cold for a month or so before they'll actually germinate. You know, they need that period of cold weather for the enzymes to change in the seed. So they were stratified and all that jazz. Still very low germination rate. So I'm going to try next trip out here is straight from the fruit. Eat the fruit and then plant the seed right then and there. No drying, no stratification, all that jazz. Just straight into the ground. In a big nursery bed. You know. And just leaving that nursery bed alone, and hopefully, you know, the next spring or something they'll germinate, you know, let them stratify and do all that jazz in the soil. And hopefully have better luck then. But also that doesn't go, probably next trip next trip or the trip after that, purchase trees, you know, kind of like I purchased the fig tree and the mulberry and all that. Just purchased some already grown trees. You know, they'll be a couple years grown already, so they won't really be too far behind. Definitely not as fun. Wow, this is so dark. It's not showing much anything. That dark blob right there is Rex Island. Coming up on one part. Yeah. Whole point of persimmons is the same point as seashells. You know, it's just a natural thing. You know, making jewelry out of clamshells, making buttons, that kind of thing, isn't a need. Isn't fulfilling one of those basic needs. It's using your hands, creating something, and that's what I see it. How we're supposed to use our minds. You know, we're not supposed to just type a few numbers into the CNC machine, click start, and have a machine make a thing for us. We should be making that thing. Yeah, I can't really sell sticks and clamshells and things. And that sounds crazy, but the one lady, you know, sells pine cones. People buy them for their store displays or art projects, or you never know what. But, you know, there's needs. People could use all kinds of different things. But you need to be able to ship them. So it's kind of a, put some of these shells up for sale, some sticks up for sale, and I might gather some of these crazy rocks, mineralized rocks, put those up for sale. While I'm in Nashville or whatever city, while I'm doing the city life, and see if, you know, it's only a handful of things that I got. what do you call it? Wow. I'm right here at the end, and I gotta go across the mud. I can't really see the mud all that well. Kind of using my memory of this area to get around. Should be able to cross this. Sweet. Okay, I'm good. Oh yeah, kind of just see if anything sells when I'm in the city. Well, if things sell like hotcakes, I can always come back out here. That's the good thing about Nashville. It's like, what, 2-3 hours away? Quick little jaunt. Come down here on the weekends. Spend the weekends in the house. Gather up the goodies and then head back. But as they don't sell, this is kind of a, you know, oh well, it's kind of a, I'm in the city to do a 9 to 5, not to sell goodies, but goodies may end up turning into a decent, oh, what's this? Decent little side income, you never know. Well, that's it for this one.